Hi there, welcome to another pick a card reading. My name is Jo and this is my channel Creative Empowerment Australia. And today we are looking at the next 6 months. So whenever you see this video, it is your next 6 months. And I have 4 piles and I have the cards all turned over so that you can focus on choosing your pile from either the object below or the card itself, which Spirit has chosen this card as it holds the energies for the next 6 months. So it's kind of like an overview card. So have a good look at the cards, and they're all quite different, which I really like. I've also got Tawny Frogmouth, Feather and Medicine with us today. And that is all about synchronicities, which I love and feels very pertinent to me at the moment. So I'll go through each pile for you. The first one is Meadowsweet, and it has that little cone shell. The second one is Comfrey and Blue Kyanite. The third one is Mistletoe with Tiger Eye. The fourth one is Vervain with a collected stone from the beach. So have a good look at these piles. If you like pick a card readings, please subscribe to my channel. I do 2 a week. You also go into the draw to win a private half-hour reading with me. Please give the video a thumbs up also if you enjoy it. Choose the pile today that is drawing you for your next 6 months ahead. And we'll jump right into the readings. See you in your reading. And here we have pile 1 if you picked the cone shell and the Meadowsweet. I'm going to read from the guidebook, which I don't always do, but today I want to really set the scene for your next 6 months. And the upright meaning for Meadowsweet is transition, blessings and celebration. So this is summing up your 6 months. Traces of meadowsweet, heather and royal fern have been found on Neolithic drinking vessels in Scotland, leading archaeologists to speculate that these plants were used to brew ale. Later, meadowsweet was used in marriage celebrations. This card may indicate that a time of celebration or transition is due. Meadowsweet's creamy flowers and summery smell are a reminder that change is one of the greatest features of being alive in this world, and that the best way to accept change is to celebrate it. Whether you're leaving a job, relationship, or familiar surroundings, or are joining forces with colleagues or a partner, this is a time to truly celebrate the change that is occurring, offering flowers to the gods or goddesses and accepting the transformations this transition will bring. This card may also be urging you to formally mark and celebrate a transition or a major event in your life, or that of your family, that you've been tempted to ignore, such as moving or leaving home, reaching puberty, succeeding in a creative project, achieving a significant age, separating or divorcing. So there's lots of things that could be coming up with this card. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to leave that there because you've got an idea of what that overarching theme for you is. And now we're going to bring in some cards for the next 6 months. So this is for pile 1 and we are looking at the next 6 months, and we're going to bring in 2 cards for the next 2 months, 2 months ahead. First one we have movement. The second one we have communication. I'm just making sure that you can see those cards there. Then we're going to keep bringing in some cards. And these will be for month 3 and 4. There it is. I'll place that up there. Month 3, you can see that, yes. And this will be month 4. And then we're going to have 2 more. And this is again for pile 1. And this is month 5 and 6. Month 5, Gaimea Lily. Just making sure that you can't really see that up there, so I'll move that. Gaimea Lily, and month 6. What are the messages for this group? Okay, so I'm just going to make sure you can see everything there. So let's have a look at the first 2 months, and we have a movement card. So we have a card that signifies both moving in, it could be in an actual physical move, it could be there is change happening, it could mean emotions shifting because it's water, so there's it's a lot of water, and the the little glyph is about movement. So again, I feel that for you in that first month is moving, and it feels like that could be the start of moving. And what I mean by that is whether you get an idea about moving, whether you hear that you need to move, whether your lease comes up, whether you decide to move house, whether your work situation changes and you move offices at work. There's lots of possibilities that this card could signify. But in the first month from now, you potentially will hear about movement, or this could be a change of feelings around something as well. So that's the first month. The next month comes communication, and this for me signals the types of things that you do when you're moving. So you might be contacting an agent, you might be talking to people in your family and friend group, telling them that you are about to engage in a move, or that you're finding out about the move through various communications through either work, family or friends. So that's that communication. And the communication to me also feels like the energy of, we don't call it fall in Australia, but autumn. So it could be that the communication has something to do with, that period of time, so that autumn period. But it also feels like those colours are important. So the colours of autumn, so oranges, reds and yellows, they feel important. So the move could have something to do with some challenging issues around those lower chakras. So base, sacral and solar plexus, because they're all about our ties to the earth. So perhaps for you, the communication card around moving confronts some boundaries for you around that, and it could be that you don't want to be uprooted, and perhaps the communication card can be a sign that you need to communicate clearly with anybody else involved in the move, partners, relations, agents, vendors, whatever it might be. So there's this movement that we can feel that's being really strong in that first 2 months. And then we have some other cards that kind of really support that. One is Chaos and Conflict. And Chaos and Conflict card, this is the 3rd month in from now. And the Chaos and Conflict card talks about the fact that it's like you have to let go or allow the chaos to be around you to rebuild and to find the new you is kind of what I'm being told. And the 33, so that's a really great number. Christ energy, it's a master number. So it's kind of like the chaos and conflict is needed. It's something that for you to continue on your path, it's necessary. And until you actually surrender to it, you'll be stuck in this place. And that's a really not a very nice thing for me to say to you. And it's not me saying it to you, but it's really very much like you are stuck in this barren surroundings until you deal with this. Pretty heavy message for the 3rd month, and we are working with 33, so like there's a lot of 3 going on there. In the 4th month, we are looking at Treasure Island, and Treasure Island card is can really fit nicely with this movement, because what it signifies to you is that it doesn't matter where you go, you are the treasure. You carry the treasure on your back. A turtle's home, it carries its back on its home. it carries its home on its back. And so it's really letting you know that it doesn't matter where you go, because perhaps for some of you the move is a forced move, is not one that you were thinking about, wanting. It doesn't really matter, because Spirit is telling you that you're okay. The 4th month, you'll know that. The 4th month, you'll start feeling that. The 4th month, you'll understand. And the 4th month, we're looking at 9, and that's a completion number. So it's all about change and completion. So at this point in time, I feel like you are starting to understand why you're moving. Understand that it's okay. You don't need to resist this move. Number 5, so 5th month out, we've got Gaia Lily, awareness. So this one is kind of like, it's like something that comes up that you possibly were not aware of. What do I mean by that? Well, Gaia Lily is so big and bright, and it's like, if you were looking at a Gaia Lily in a view, you would know it, because it's very tall. They're really big, tall, and they're really big flowers, really heavy, big flowers. And it's like something will come into your awareness in the 5th month, and it won't be hiding from you. It's going to be, pretty much out there. And I think for some of you, it may be quite challenging. Now, I keep talking about challenges for you, and I feel that that there will be some challenges with this move, but it doesn't mean that their life, it doesn't mean that they're going to come crashing down around you. They're more, sometimes when we're moving, and I've moved a lot, sometimes moves are happy and we're really excited about going somewhere, and sometimes all we can see is the, I've got to pack everything, even if it's an office, you're still going to be packing up your office, even if it's, a smaller move and it's you moving out of home. It's still, what happens when we move is our energy gets an upgrade. So we are being challenged by the move in a lot of different ways. And in month 5, this is definitely where you'll, this awareness shift, or this thing that you need to take into your awareness, is going to really be calling to you. And then month 6 is Fairy Aprons, and I really like this card. It's got beautiful colours, they're really calming, and I feel like in month 6 it's like you let out a big sigh, because it's like you actually, I can just see you, if you fall into something soft, like onto a bed or something like that, that you're going to be, my throat is all choking up, with lots of hard energy coming up for me. And it's like you're actually surrendering, you're realizing that it's okay, that that you're actually being guided by this move. It's you're letting go of your resistance, you're surrendering to what it is that you're meant to learn from this situation. Now, I want to bring some more cards in. And I want to bring 2 cards in at the moment. I want to bring one in between movement and communication to get a little bit more information there. Ooh. And I want to bring one in between Gaia Lily and Fairy Aprons, because there's quite a shift that happens here. And I want a bit more information. Okay. Some interesting cards coming in there. And I want to get another one, which is, well, I'm going to take, no, I'm not going to take those 2. I'm going to redo that shuffle. I want to take another one to help us with the Meadowsweet. And we got 2 again. So I'm going to put them there. So let's find out what it is that we're coming to. And I want to come to health first, even though it's the furthest away. The health card is coming up. Now, this is where I feel that you'll understand, and this is why I feel you will start to feel, and I feel a real release now. I feel a real release in my body, because these this is the realization. This is something coming to your awareness, something that you can't ignore. And I feel like it could be around either your health or someone else's health. It doesn't have to be a life-threatening health situation. It could be you've decided that you're going to give up smoking, that you're going to drink less. It's like you take stock. You take stock of your life, or you are assisting somebody in taking stock in their life. I will honour the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. And this health card here feels like it gives you the reason, it gives you the understanding that you need to know that everything's okay and that you are being supported. And it's like then you let go. It's like you then allow yourself to float. And I really feel that. And the floating is really wonderful. The floating is you saying, okay, I'm surrendering. I don't understand, or I don't know how to do this. I'm going to let go and let God. There's that expression. I don't know if you believe in God or not, and it's not in a religious way. This is simply an expression. It's about surrendering and letting go and letting God. So you let the divine enter, and that's what these 2 months here are all about. The first month here, imagination, I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. And for me, that bit there I feel is possibly like journaling and communicating with your higher self, and perhaps asking questions about why you're moving. Like there feels like this internal, because I'm really being drawn to the circular aspects of both of these cards, and it's like there's an internal dialogue, an internal communication that has to happen. And perhaps this is where you're still questioning your higher self, your divine aspects of yourself, and here is where you're surrendering into that. The other 2 cards, I really wanted to pull one card to explain the Meadowsweet a little bit more, and both times I got 2, so we're going to go with 2. So we have King here, the King, which is a man, an authority figure, male sexual energy, so very yang, things pertaining to the law and justice. And we have swords. We have 2 swords here, but they're not clashing, so that feels good. That again is mental aspects, swords. And the King feels like he can be, for some of you, instrumental in the move. And that feels very much like a father figure. For others of you, it feels like that there's going to be that sort of yang male energy needed around the move, because this feels quite soft and gentle, the Meadowsweet, but it's like to get everything done, you need to, whether that's getting help from somebody or whether that's, using your own strength, brute strength, and moving yourself. Not 100% sure. And we have the Love card. So perhaps you are moving. Perhaps this is a relationship situation. You're moving for the relationship and to further the relationship that you're moving into. That won't apply for everybody, but what might apply, or what can be some people's situation, is that where you go, you will eventually fall in love with it. The process that you're going to go through in the next 6 months won't always feel great, but you'll be moving towards a better situation, which you will end up loving. You will realise that doesn't matter where you go, that you're the treasure, and it's about looking after you. And that's really that sort of energy, the 4th, 5th and 6th month. And you can see that the Meadowsweet has got that, it is about that sweetness of life, about family and about connections, as well as that beautiful sort of spring energy that, it's green pastures and really sort of an acceptance of that. It feels really accepting to me. So there's a strong energy in this reading about moving. If this isn't rung true for you, then perhaps one of the other piles might, or another reader or another reading of mine. There are plenty of pick a card readings to have a look at. You'll be able to find something there that rings true for you. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up for me. If you like pick a card readings, please subscribe to my channel for more pick a card readings and ring the bell so that you'll be notified each time there's a new video put up or a new reading put up. If you'd like a private reading with me, then you can find the booking link in the description box below. Thanks for joining me today. I'll see you in the next reading. Hi, pile 2. If you picked the blue Kyanite and the comfrey, then this is your reading for the next 6 months ahead. And what I'm doing today is I'm reading the description for this card and seeing how it, it's like it sums up your reading for you today, or sums up the 6 months. So the meaning of comfrey is all about structure, ancestral foundations and fusion. Such is the power of comfrey that it can act upon the surface and deep within the body. It soothes and heals the skin, but also succeeds in reaching the skeleton to ease aching joints and to help fuse broken bones. If you have chosen this card, it may mean that you need to attend to both the outward manifestation of an issue and the deep structure or underlying cause. Bones and skeletons symbolize the basis and foundation of things, and they represent our link with the ancestors too. It may be that the issue that you're dealing with is ancestral in origin and that you need to research your family history, or perhaps take the skeleton out of the closet to heal an old wound and then rebury the bones. Not in the closet, but with proper ceremony in the ground outside. Alternatively, the card may indicate fusion or union between two concepts, organisation or people. Strength and healing can emerge out of a union, confirming the old adage that the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Now I'm going to bring in some more cards that deal with the months for the next 6 months. So we're going to bring in 2 cards, or 3 cards, that deal with the next 2 months. Number 1, intimacy. I'm going to move that there. Number 2, community. And a 3rd card, angel assistance. I'm going to bring in another 2 cards for the next 2 months. So I'll explain it to you as we go along. Another 2 cards. Woo! There it is. One more for pile 2, 6 month. So just making sure that you can see all of those. Now, we've talked about the comfrey card, and what we're looking at here is the 6 months ahead. And I'm bringing that in there as well. We'll talk about that in a minute. So we have intimacy, and comfrey was talking about it can be about a union, and it can be about a fusion of things, of people, of things, of concepts. So while this card, sometimes for me, I read it in very different ways. Other times, each time for me it's new. And so today what I want to talk to you about is falling in love. So in this next 6 months, it feels like you are falling in love. And it may mean that you already have a relationship, and it may mean that this relationship goes deeper. But I'm really feeling the softness of the yang, or the male partner, whether that's you or whether that's your partner. I'm really feeling that the intimacy in this relationship goes deeper, softer, like my heart is melting with the emotion that is coming through from this card today. And I don't always feel that. So for you, and that's in your next month. And so if you're not in a relationship, perhaps one is coming in, perhaps you're deepening a friendship into a deeper, something deeper. But there's very much the male partner is deepening in his intimacy level of a relationship in your life. Then 2, we have community. And for me, this card is about celebrating the things that you're involved in. So it might mean that you actually begin to realise how fortunate you are by being involved in whatever communities, whether they're online, whether you're doing, whether you're still virtual communities, whether they're your workplace communities, whether these are school friends, whoever it is in your life, it's like you realise that they're the people that help you live your passion. And not everyone can say that. Not everyone can say that the people that are in their lives are the people that they want to be with. There's a lot of people who are really unhappy with the people around them. And for you, in the next 2 months, or the next 2 months, it's like you're understanding how these people actually support you, nourish you, and create a better life for you and enrich your life. And they also help you with your passion. So there's a lot about passion there too. And or maybe for some of you it's finding a community that you feel passionate about. Maybe you're into yoga or dancing and you finally find the right community for you. And here what the 3rd card came in, it's to support you in those first 2 months, is to ask for angel assistance. And I'm really being taken to the Merkaba, so it could be that you might want to talk to Archangel Metatron and ask for angelic assistance there. Again, each time I read these cards, new things, or not new things, but I see them differently. And sometimes this is focusing on which particular colour and chakra balance, but today it's not. Today it's really about the Merkaba and talking to Archangel Metatron. And Archangel Metatron might be able to help you with both of these things. And both of these cards have got that passionate, fiery energy about it. It could be that the person comes through this new community that you're getting involved with. It could be that the person helps you find a new community to connect with. Fairy aprons and guidance. This is a beautiful card, and it's about receiving guidance and following that guidance. So in the 3rd month, it's like you start trusting things. You start trusting guidance that you're being given. And perhaps it is that you start trusting angel guidance. Perhaps you start, or the angels can symbolize anything. It could be that you're talking to animal spirits. I have the beautiful tawny frogmouth feather here to support us with animal medicine. It may be that you start using crystals in a different way. The guidance comes in many forms, and my throat is really changing, and my my voice. And so perhaps it could also be your higher self, your guides, expressing to you, talking to you, and you finally listening, you actually taking notice of what it is that they want to talk to you about. And if we go back to the comfrey was all about structure, and not only the surface stuff, but it's also the structure of who you are. So perhaps here it's like you're starting to listen to your own guidance. You're not dismissing yourself anymore, because you're actually paying attention to the things in your life that are important to you. And in month 4, we've got Billy Buttons, which is peace. And for me, this card really signifies that it really doesn't matter what's happening around you. It's like all of the wind can buffet you, can really knock you around, but internally, so your internal structure, your ability to know yourself, and these cards here really sit well with each other. It's like nothing can mess you up. Nothing can disrupt the way everything's going in your life at the moment. So some really lovely energies coming in there for you in month 3 and 4. Good things to look for and look out for, and to allow yourself to have a rest during those times. Life is moments of ups and downs, and we want to be carried on those good moments. Then we have Wasp, and we have that in month 5, and we have anger, retaliation, and jealousy. And I feel this could be related to the intimacy. It could be that something comes up. So here that I feel the blue Kyanite really wanting to talk here, because this feels like not a storm in a teacup, but it feels like anger and retaliation and jealousy over something that you're not 100% sure about. So, and it might not be you. It could be the other person. It could be somebody, a third person outside of the situation. But what I'm really being told to tell you is to express yourself, but express yourself clearly, honestly, and openly. And blue Kyanite can really help with the throat chakra. And I did get all choked up before. So it's about being clear, honest, and open, because a wasp can get really whipped up into a heightened state and really in a frenzy sort of thing. Don't allow yourself to get whipped up by this jealousy, because here we were looking at these wonderful qualities that you are either developing or already have, where you don't need to allow other things to upset you and influence you. Don't let pettiness or things that you may have noticed, or these could even be beliefs that you've come from another relationship, and you're allowing them to influence here. Because on the other side, we're looking at wealth. And so it feels like, and it's like this archway, you're walking through a door. So it's kind of like in month 5, where you do need to express yourself. You do need to say the things that you want to say. But there is a wealth of opportunities available to you. There's that watery sign. It could mean physical wealth, but it could also mean that there's a healing around whatever happened in month 5. And in month 6, you're feeling, that health and well-being, and you're feeling that everything's kind of restored. This card here, the adversity card, is, and I want to put it in the middle of these two. It's kind of like to show you that even the most awesome things that come into your life, there's going to be things, there's going to be adversities. There's going to be things that give us a bit of a sting in the tail, that challenge us. And this says here, I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. And that comfrey is really about understanding that the structure that your relationship is built on is really important. Understanding that, there may be past issues that you're acting on that you need to address, that need to be talked through. But ultimately, these things can be worked through. The structure of things really needs to be looked at, and you need to not only look at the surface of these things. And you don't want to let that, this sort of sting in the tail, the adversity, disrupt things, because there's so much beautiful, wonderful energy coming in for you here. And even this last one, and I want to bring in another card because we feel a bit unbalanced here. So this is to help us understand that wealth card. So, and the comfrey. We want to work with, the overriding themes. Oh, wow. So here we have abundance. So, there's abundance for you coming in this 6 months. And the abundance card, again, like I said before, may be financial gain. We've got wealth and abundance sitting on top of each other. It sounds really lovely. It could be the dawn of a new day with your relationships, with how things have gone in the past. But basically, you're being offered these wonderful, wonderful gifts. Allow any things that come up to be seen in the light of day. Let yourself see clearly. Let yourself express yourself clearly. And understand that adversity is a challenge. And those challenges are often the best way to learn. This is a really wonderful reading for you. I love it. I love the comfrey. The comfrey acting on both the surface and deep within the body. And that feels really, really strong for you. It soothes and heals the skin, and it can mend broken bones. And I feel that this is, it's like a talisman for you to take into the future, to understand and remember how this can heal broken bones, to realize that if there is this anger and retaliation and jealousy that comes up, 5 months in, that it's about understanding that all is not lost, that some of the best things we learn through our lives can, not always have the best packaging. They may not be wrapped in the most beautiful clothes, but they are some of the things that give us the things we really need, the things that take us to the places we need to go. And your future, the 6-month card, and what comfrey can do for you, and the adversity that there will be a challenge around this relationship, but it's all for the best. This is a great reading. I love it, I love it, I love it. So if you have enjoyed this reading, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel for more readings like this one. And if you've got ideas about what you'd like to see readings about, please let me know in the messages and comments below. Thanks for watching today, and I'll see you again in the next reading. Bye. Hi Pile 3, if you picked mistletoe in the 6 months ahead reading, pick a card reading, then this is your reading. And we also have tiger's eye here too, a stone of luck. And what I'm doing today is I'm reading the message from this particular card. These are the Druid Plant Oracle cards, which I really love. And their meanings are quite in depth. And so I want to talk to you, or want to give you the whole meaning. And the mistletoe is all about healing, fertility, and inspiration. Some great things there. And in the Druid ceremony of Alban Arthur, the winter solstice, all lights are extinguished at the heart of the rite to symbolise the time of the longest night. Then a candle is lit, and all participants light their own candles from this one flame. This symbolises the rebirth of the sun and the birth of the moon. And the birth of the Mabon, the divine child that lives in each of us. Mistletoe is then distributed to all. Since missel berries symbolise the power of this moment, drawing this card may indicate that a period of difficulty is over as a new cycle dawns. Just as a newborn baby should be nurtured in warmth and safety, so too should the beginnings of new projects and phases in your life. So too should the beginnings of new projects and phases in your life be nourished close to your heart. Light Arwen, or Awen, the 3 drops of inspiration in Cerwin's brew, mistletoe brings guidance, inspiration and fertility, which augurs well for any creative endeavour. Since mistletoe was known as all heal, finding this card in a reading may well indicate that indeed all is being healed. So this is a wonderful card for you and for this next 6 months ahead. And I'm going to bring in 2 cards, or 1 card out of this same deck for you. And it's Mandrake. And then we've got some more cards coming in. So this is for the 6 months ahead. So these are the first 2 months. This is an overriding card, or a one for the energies of the whole reading. And the first 2 cards are dealing with the first 2 months, and we'll get into them in a minute. Oops. Just move that up there. We've got No Place Like Home. Love that card. Love the... Oh, and New Life upside down. Ooh. Got some good cards here. One more for the 5th month for pile 3. Billy Buttons. And then 6th energy. Actually, no, it's going to sit underneath and we're going to get one more card. Each pile has been different today, bringing in acceptance. Okay, I like these cards for you, I really do. So let's have a look at how or what's going to happen in the next 6 months, and we'll have a look at the first 2 cards. So we have Mandrake in the first month. Now Mandrake, we've got coins in the front. We have the Mandrake flower, so it's with purple. So talking about, you know, the crown chakra. It also symbolises luck and fertility, which, you know, we've got the coins there. And this stone here is about fertility, is about luck. And also our mistletoe was also about fertility and healing and inspiration, things like that. So we've got 2 cards talking about fertility, talking about abundance already. So we've got some good energies coming in for you in this this first month. And it could be that something is coming to fruition for you too, because that's the feeling that I'm getting. So whether it could be something that you have invested in and it's you know, it's proving that it's earning you a good income, or you're selling something that you've invested in. It feels like, you know, an annuity where you get a bonus or an income based on something. So there's 2 aspects here. One is that fertility, and that's based on that money too. But that also could be in fertility of an idea, conception, you know, pregnancy for some people. But it's definitely a flowering and opening of something, of a seed that you have planted earlier. Month 2 is letting go. So when we know that we have got this wonderful thing happening, when we know that something's coming to life for us, sometimes we want to hang on really, really tightly. And in month 2, you're being told to let it go. And what I feel like that is, it's let the reins go. Let go of all your controlling of the situation, wanting to, if this is an investment or something that you're achieving an income from, it's like you can't control every aspect of it. That's what I'm being told. And if it is this most beautiful thing, you know, where you're having a baby or birthing a creative idea or whatever it is, you can't hold on to every aspect. You have to trust that it's going to be carried for you at a certain stage. You can't do every single thing. And it's got the master number 44. So I feel that's really important too, because a 4 is a building number, so it's about building things. And 44 is that master builder. And so you want to allow things to work behind the scenes and not control every aspect of it in month 2. In month 3, you're being told there's no place like home. And I feel here it's kind of like you need to retreat for a little while. There's this circular energy coming in here, and it's like, you know, really coming back on your into what's comfortable for you, what feels good, rest, recuperation, and knowing that everything will be still there when you're ready to come out of this space, and not feeling, and this is this carrying on, this message is being carrying on from the 3rd month. It is taking time for you. Doesn't mean that you're stopping things, doesn't mean that you're putting things on hold. We've also got a lot of purple coming in, so there is a lot of crown chakra activation happening for you, or a leveling up in your energies. I feel that's probably more of what this type of energy is. It's not necessarily activating the crown chakra. For some of you, a little few of you will be, but it's more along the lines of you leveling up. And that's when we are leveling up with our energies and in life, we become tired and we want to look after ourselves. And then in month 4, we've got new life, and we've got it in the reverse position. And you can see that this new life is coming out of a shell, it's coming out of an egg. So if we talked about, creative projects, investments, the birth of a new life, whatever it is. And here we're talking about the new life, but it's coming in upside down. And so what I feel here is that there's too much urgency happening. We've got the purple again. So what I feel is that there's a bit too much expectation, there's a bit too much rushing via you. And it's really, this is where with this letting go, and this can all change. So because I'm reading this for you, if you take notice and do some of the things Spirit's talking to you about, then this can be put into this upright position. But it may come in the 6th month and not the 4th month, because it feels like it's too rushed here. And this is why it's in the upside down position. And I really want to put it in the 6th month. So that's really, really interesting. And in the 6th month, you've got acceptance. So this one here is you pushing. And so these 2 cards here are really talking about taking your time. And if you look at the mistletoe, it's that winter period, and everything is kind of bare, and it's about going within. It's not, rushing around outside because you freeze. These cards here are talking to you about giving in and letting go, not pushing your own agenda, not pushing it into your time frame, because this time frame is too rushed. We have belly buttons and acceptance. So this is 5 and 6 months from now. We have cat spirit, and it's in the reverse position. And this is about claiming your independence. We've got the number 13, but it's in the reverse position again. So we've got these 2 energies here sitting at the 4th month and underlying months 5 and 6. And this is you stifling your own energy, and this is what's happening here too. This is you stifling your own energy. This is you stifling who you really are. And these things, this new project, this investment, the birth of a new life, it's all going to go better if you actually just be who you are, but let go of the reins. Belly buttons, this is it in month 5, and it's showing you that no matter what's happening around you, you're going to be fine. You can actually experience peace and go within, even no matter what's happening around you. And I feel like this is kind of like family and friends getting, something's happening around you that it feels like you don't need to be involved in it. Really don't. Just put it aside. Let them do what they're going to do. You don't need to be involved in, and you don't have to. But claim your independent spirit and be true to you and stay peaceful. Stay out of this concern. And this is you accepting all of the things we've been talking about. This is you getting to a phase of acceptance. I am learning to accept the things that I cannot change. And when you do, it's the luck continues. The abundance, the fertility, the healing, all these things continue for you when you accept, when you go within at the right time, when you harvest things at the right time, when you go quiet at the right time, when you do all the things that suit you and turn this into the upright position, when you claim that independence for yourself, when you allow this new life to come in at a later stage, when you don't force it. That's really where I want to put it. And I'm going to bring in another energy here. So if you listen to the messages from Spirit, what is the changed up energy in the 4th month? If we look at that, if we ask Spirit, what is the 4th month looking like if we're letting go, if we're going within, if we're not controlling. Love it. So that changes the energy of that forcing of that new life. And that joy, the sunshine coming in, that letting go. There's all that gold and the yellows. And it feels much brighter to me. And there's no trying, there's no forcing. And the bottom deck energy of that was the butterfly. And I feel like, and again, there's that beautiful purple. So I feel like for you, this is a beautiful 6 months. There's so much on opportunity for you. There's a lot of luck. There's a lot of serendipity. And this is the beautiful tawny frogmouth owl is all about serendipity and synchronicities. It's synchronicities, not serendipity. But I feel for you that this is a really fertile time for you. And there's a lot of progress to be made, so much progress to be made for you, a real leveling up of your energy and birthing something new, whether that's financial wealth and gain for you or maturation of material gains, or a creative project, a new career, a birth, or the excitement of a new life coming into your family. So many exciting messages. I really do love this 6 months ahead for you. If you want to remind yourself of the possibilities, get yourself some tiger eye. And I find tiger eye to be really quite calming and soothing. And you can see the colours of the sacral and the solar plexus in there. And a real earthing crystal. So loving this message for you. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comments below if you enjoyed this reading. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more pick a card readings like this one. If you would like a private reading, you can find the booking link in the description box below. Thanks for joining me today, and thanks for watching. See you in the next reading. Bye. Hi pile 4, if you picked the beautiful collected stone, then this is your reading today, all about the next 6 months. And this is 6 months from when you're watching this video. So it's a timeless reading in that sense. We have the beautiful tawny frogmouth feather and medicine with us today. And that's all about synchronicities. And I feel like that message really wanted to come in today for all of the readings. Now, Vervain, this message here, I've been reading this... I've been reading the Druid Plant Oracle guidebook to give you a full picture about what's happening in this card, because this card kind of sums up the energies of your 6 month period that you're going into. And this card is all about reconciliation. Awen, I don't know how to say that. It's an old-fashioned word, but it means inspiration and magic. So some wonderful ideas for you to go into your next 6 months with. And its upright meaning is, if we can infuse a sense of magic into our lives, we are truly blessed. Sadness and apparent obstructions seem to flee from us as if unwelcome. A beneficent cycle is set in motion whereby our good intentions and acts result in further positive actions from others, which in turn enhance our own lives. Druids offer gifts of honey or milk to plants that they harvest. And this is what we can see in this picture here. If you have selected this card, it may indicate that you are entering such a cycle because of your own acts of goodness. In the old days, it was believed that Vervain favoured the settling of disputes, and choosing this card may mean that you are being called upon to settle an argument or achieve reconciliation between two opposing positions. In addition, it could suggest that you are likely to be inspired in your creative life. Inspiration is known as Awen in Druidry. Creativity, like everything in nature, works in cycles, and you may be beginning a new cycle of creative flowering. Love that. Love, love, love. Let's get into this reading. And we're going to pick 2 more cards from the Druid plant deck for you today for the next 2 months. And these are going to talk about the energies. That's the first month, Bethany, and I love that card. I really do. It's so open and light and sort of reaching above the obstacles, which I really like. And we want one for the second month that you're going into. So for pile 4, their second month of these next 6 months. So we have chamomile there for your second month, and then we're going to take 2 more cards. These are going to be the next 2 cards for the next 2 months. Service. I feel good when I can help others. And this will be the card for the 4th month for pile 4. Self-esteem. Ooh, some interesting cards. And these ones will be for the last 2 months. The Serpent. Knowledge and healing. And then we've got 1 more for the 6th month card, birth and rebirth. Oh, love that card. And I also want to bring in 1 more card for you. It's around the serpent and the rebirth. I want to know a little bit more about information about that one. Oh, nice. Some gorgeous, gorgeous cards for you coming in. So we got the first 2 months here, second 2 months, and then the 4th and 5th months. I'm going to have a look at all of the first month first. And as I said before, I feel that the Bethany is really about like reaching up and out of, not necessarily a bad place, but it's a flowering from an experience that probably hasn't been that great. That's what I feel. But I feel like it's like you've come out of that experience and you're stronger, you're wiser, you're healthier. You can hold your head up high. So perhaps in the not too distant past, you've had an experience that has tainted you. It's kind of like from big things, little things grow. I don't even know if that's the right way I've said that. But it's kind of like from the debris, from the old stuff, something new has grown. And that's the message that I'm getting with the Bethany card. And it's about soothing discord, dispelling negativity, and protection. So there's these different feelings and energies coming in for you because you've been through this bad situation, this hard time, and you're growing because of it. And then in the second month, you've got chamomile. In the second month, you've got chamomile, which is, like we know that chamomile is all about that calming, soothing, gentle nature, and the plant itself is very soothing and healing. And we've got a lot of soft green in here. Lots and lots of green in this reading today, and lots of yellow. So there's a lot of yellow, so solar plexus, and then there's this the green from healing and heart healing. And this is, I feel that's what this card is, the Vervain is about too. Reconciliation. Yeah, it feels like you have moved, you are moving through a period of time where you've experienced some really deep hurts, and you're coming out of it anew. You may not feel that yet, but Spirit wants you to know that you are. You're moving in the right direction. And we have chamomile, and the lighting is really not that great, and I'm hoping that my camera's picking everything up. And the chamomile, again, it's that fresh start. It is you're still healing. I get that. So please don't listen to me and say that, that I'm not identifying or I'm not really working with that old stuff, because it's time that you kind of let that stuff go. That's this strong, strong growth within you. And here, this is that healing growth again, and it's really fruitful, is what Spirit wants you to know, that there is this wonderful flow coming into your life, and I feel that it's really quite clearing. The skies here are very clearing for you. So you may have been through some really uncomfortable, some horrible situations for some of you, but Spirit is telling you that the times are changing, and significantly so. Perhaps you need to use some chamomile in baths or teas or whatever it is as well. That might help you. Service. And the stone that I picked up, that this stone is such a smooth stone. It's very worn. And it's been, that's had a lot of harsh energies on it to create that smoothness. And I feel there's something really important in that for you. So month 3, we're looking at service. I feel good when I can help others. Again, we've got the heart healing happening. And it feels like here that service might be a way for you to lift your own spirits, like keep yourself moving and keep yourself moving forward and flowing, going with the flow. So offering your assistance to other people who may have been through a similar experience. You might be able to assist others. And I think that the vein talked about that too, didn't it? Yeah, it's about being of service to others and giving back. Not of service, sorry. It's about giving back. So like honouring, thanking people for their help is giving back to others. And this, in the 4th month, can help your self-esteem. So we're looking here at kind of yellowy orange colours, but they're kind of murky. They're not really bright and clear like these 2 ones here. And this here might be a little bit harder for you to work within these energies. But it's this red here is sort of like, you're going to start coming into some things that renew your passions, and we've got that red in the vein as well, and it's kind of like you'll be reignited into things you enjoy, and perhaps they are some creative ideas. Perhaps that's a way through this painful experience for you. And we've got the serpent, which is all about knowledge and healing, and again we've got the green in the serpent, and the serpent sheds its skin. There's a lot of particularly really potent messages when it comes to snakes. Snakes have the ability to stay the same, but to let a lot of things go, and easily they shed their skin. Well, I suppose if we watch them it wouldn't be that easy, but they're very long animals, and they are able to let go of that outside aspect of themselves. And the serpent here is about connecting with that healing, thinking about that medical caduceus. And there's so much green here. There's a lot of healing happening for you. And we have unconditional love, and this is about treating yourself as if you're looking after a baby, someone who needs your attention, your love, your care, your nurturing. Like if you can think of yourself in those terms, you won't be so hard on yourself. And I feel quite emotional saying that. And I haven't felt that you've been hard on yourself until now. So in the 5th and the 6th months, you might be starting to berate yourself for not moving on quick enough, for not being able to shift some of these feelings that you've had. And I feel this is where this service could come into, really, really help your heart healing. And service for yourself as well, unconditional love for self. And then in the 6th month, there's a rebirth and a birth coming in for you. And we've got autumn colours, so it could be that it happens in autumn. It could be that is around your solar plexus and your sacral chakra, so that is all about creativity and magic and birthing something new. And as I say that, I'm drawn back to the service. I feel like this service card for you that comes in the 3rd month is so instrumental for your own healing. And it's like it lifts you up. And I feel that unconditional love for yourself and for others, you may learn it for others first before you can give it to yourself. But it's instrumental in helping you. And it's where you get that inspiration to start healing for yourself. This card, this Vervain card, is such a really strong card for you. There's that idea of looking after something that is really, what's the word? It's not magic, but something sacred. The something sacred is you, and it's looking after that. It's understanding that this is very important, that this growth that you're having, this the rebirth that you're going to go through in this 6-month period, it's a process. It's not assured. You need to look after yourself. The road ahead is quite good. Like, I'm not telling you that, you can falter, because I don't feel that. But what I want to tell you is that if you get stuck in the mire, and get into the murkiness, there is that element that you can slow this progress down and really become very, very heavy. And I feel like my whole body really is dragging itself along. But it doesn't have to be like that. And if you connect with these, if you can connect with how far you've come and look at yourself as if that you're growing into something new, you're going to see the gifts in this experience for you. Out of some of the worst experiences of our lives, we experience the most growth in our life. And that is also another idea of service, how service comes in. But the other thing that your guides want me to talk about in this 6-month period is to realise what you do have to be grateful for is seeing the honey, seeing these lighter moments and acknowledging them, thinking about them more so, and, lifting yourself up. It doesn't mean that you can't acknowledge what you've experienced. It simply means that to move forward, and I'm feeling like the back of my head is really hurting, to move forward and to get to this birth and rebirth, there's going to need some perspective shifts for you around some things. But there's all these little things that you may not see initially, and they're there for you. And it's about noticing them, noticing those clear days. And you may not feel that those clear days feel that great, but it's about noticing them anyway and being grateful for them. And it's not faking it until you make it. It's acting as if. Act as if you can feel that warm sun on your skin. Just the little things, the real little things. Those are the things that will help you move through. And helping others, this is the key for you. This is the key for you to understand and unlock this rebirth, because it's so important for you to feel needed and feel wanted and to be understood and feel like your experiences are helping other people. That is such a key for you. And there is this reconciliation, but the reconciliation is for you. There is inspiration and there is magic here. And sometimes it may be that it's a bit overlooked. A very deep message from Spirit for you today. I hope this message made sense for you, and I hope there's some value in it. The next 6 months for you are moving in the right direction. There's some really good, strong messages for you. Please give this reading a thumbs up if you have enjoyed it or got value out of it. And please subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more videos, more pick a card videos. If you would like a personal reading, the link is in the comment box below. Thanks for watching today. I'll see you in the next reading. Bye.